Anyways, back in the day on this YouTube channel, I used to record a series of videos called Things That Piss Me Off, and I would just sit right here and list things that annoy me. I'm gonna continue with that saga like 3 or 4 years later now. One thing that pisses me off, and these are gonna range from like trivial to serious matters. I'm just gonna start with a serious one, which is please do not hit on people when they are at work. Ignoring all of the gender, all of the sexist stuff there, it's just not sexy. Even if I was straight, like, I don't want to be hit on at work. I just don't want to. First of all, the atmosphere is not appropriate. I don't want to have a retail booty call. That is not attractive to me. Make any kind of comeback. Like, it could threaten their job depending on their boss, and you just never know. It's not okay. It's not cute. I can't even say anything funny about it because it's just not funny. It's just something you should not do. Another thing that annoys me is this. Hey, I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow at 1 p.m. Could you just remind me before I go? Remind you of what? That I have a doctor's appointment at 1 p.m. I'm gonna forget otherwise. Set your alarm. This is why we have reminders on our phones, we have alarms, we have pen and paper. You can write on this sticky pad right here. If I don't remind you to do it and you forget, then I'm gonna feel like it's on me. So why don't you just take the upper hand and just remind yourself? Like, I don't want to be responsible for your doctor's appointment. Don't put that on me. If their doctor calls and they're like, why didn't you show up? You can't just be like, oh well, Tiana didn't remind me to come. That's really what I think is gonna happen. I don't want to be in charge of that. Don't drag me into this. Do not drag me down. Being outside, like, you never know what's gonna happen to you outside. You could run into a huge bug, a cicada could fly in your mouth, you could get a tick, you could trip and fall and scrape your leg, you could break your neck, you could run into someone you don't like, you could run into an ex, you could run into your teacher from 2nd grade and not know what to say. They might not even recognize you because now you're ugly. You know, you never know what's gonna happen, especially when the weather's hot or really cold. It just annoys me. I have a really specific thing with the weather where it has to be breezy, sunny, but not too sunny where I need sunglasses. Around 70 degrees would be good. At all times. No winter, no summer. 70 and breezy. There is something so annoying about when it's too hot or too cold. I can't function. I just sit there and I'm just mad about it. And also these dang stink bugs that are all over my ceiling right now and still haven't gone away. Why do we still have to deal with stink bugs? Another thing that pisses me off is when people ask what 2 girls do in bed, especially if the question is coming from a girl, which is less often, but still, I've gotten asked this by a girl and I'm just like, it just makes me feel bad for them because I'm like, you got some problems. That's all I gotta say. This just proves to me that the sex you've been having is horrible and unfulfilling, that you can't think of any possibilities. Like, really? Are you for real right now? Like, they just want to hear me talk about it, that's all. They can't just Google it. That would be too simple. They have to hear it straight from a gay's mouth. Well, you're not hearing it from this one. Next!